Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Ronald Isley, a famous American vocalist, lyricist, and entertainer, has amassed an amazing total assets of almost $3 million as of mid-2024. His excursion in the music business is pretty much amazing, basically as the lead singer of the Isley siblings, a family bunch that has left a permanent imprint on the music scene for more than 50 years. Ronald Eisley's administration directed the gathering through not just changing melodic patterns yet, in addition critical social changes, making them a melodic force that rose above ages. His commitments to the universe of music, traversing classes and periods, have hardened his place as a genuine symbol in the business all through their distinguished lifetime. The Isley siblings explored through different melodic scenes, from the crude, also abrasive rims of rep and beat to the heartfelt songs of Motown, lastly, to the energizing beats of funk. Ronald Isley's process started on May 21, 1941, in the clamoring city of Cincinnati, Ohio, brought into the world Sally, Bernice, and Ellie Isley Sr. He was the third of 6 artistically gifted siblings, each bound to make their imprint on the world, brought up in a family saturated with the customs of the congregation. Ronald's earliest exhibitions were songs to the sky, his voice reverberating through the lobbies of the Association Baptist Church. From the young age of 2, his ability was obvious, and still, at the end of the day, as he secured a $25 worth bond for his energetic version at an otherworldly show. As Ronald bloomed, so did his energy for music. By the time of 7, he was at that point dazzling crowds on regarded stages like the Grand Auditorium in Chicago, sharing the spotlight with illuminating presences like Dinah Washington. His ability was a guide, drawing profound respect and acclaim to any place he went during his young years. Ronald, close by his siblings, set out on church visits, spreading bliss and congruity with their mellowed voices. It was during this time that Ronald made his TV debut on Ted Mack's Amateur Night. A brief look at the fame that lay ahead. In 1957, the Eisley siblings, filled by dreams of melodic achievement, took an intense action to the throbbing roads of New York City. Their venture started humbly recording their first track, "The Enjoyment." The cow got around the moon for the young name, in spite of starting difficulties with record deals. The Isleys, standing as dynamic live entertainers who took off enamoring crowds in notorious scenes like the Apollo Theater in Harlem and the Great Venue in IA, Chicago. Fortune favored the siblings when RCA records maker Howard Blossom found their ability during an energetic execution at the Howard Theater in Washington, D.C. Their RCA debut, to me, might not have set the outlines. On Fire, however, it was their second delivery. The immortal exemplary yell that shot them to distinction, composed by Ronald and his siblings, Yell climbed the cadence and blues graphs in 1959, laying the foundation for their celebrated lifetime. The progress of Yell not only brought the Eisley siblings a case, yet additionally made ready for a significant movement with recently discovered thriving. They moved their family, including more youthful siblings Ernie and Marvin, from the roads of Cincinnati to the quiet rural areas of New Jersey. Ronald Isley, the oldest individual from the incredible Isley siblings, has made a permanent imprint on the music business with his heartfelt voice, a creative way to deal with music, and assuming control as lead singer. Ronald and his siblings set out on a venture that would rethink the sound of rap and B and soul. In 1969, the Isley siblings moved their concentration back to the U.S., resuscitating their T-neck mark in a joint effort with Buddha Records. This move permitted them the artistic liberty to deliver and record their own material, a choice that would end up finding success with their debut T-neck Discharge. It's Your Thing taken off to number 2 on the pop charts. What's more, they procured the sought-after Grammy grant for Best R&B Vocals by a Couple or Gathering. The Isleys' extraordinary mix of profound harmonies and irresistible rhythms enraptured crowds around the world, moving them higher than ever of distinction. Bound by the outcome of It's Your Thing, the Isley siblings extended their arrangement to incorporate more youthful kin. Ernie, furthermore, Marvin alongside brother by marriage Chris Jasper. This imbuement of new ability carried another dynamic to the bunch, imbuing their sound with a hard rock edge affected by the amazing Jimmy Chris. With their own record mark, the Isley siblings had the opportunity to explore different avenues regarding different melodic styles, counting fronts of tunes by white artist lyricists, like Stephen Still's Love the One You're With, which turned into a hit in 1971 anyway. It was in 1973 that the Isley siblings genuinely got comfortable with themselves, with the arrival of 33, this earth-shattering collection that joined components of hard rock, funk and soul melodies turned into their forward leap hit, selling more than 2 million duplicate tunes like That Woman, and A Front of Summer Breeze cemented their status as melodic pioneers, procuring them broad approval and business achievement. The force went on with the arrival of Party Hard in 1974, followed by the fundamentally acclaimed The Intensity Is On in 1975. This collection, including graphs by clinchers like Battle, The Power, and For the Love of You, turned into their first to arrive at #1 on the pop LP diagram, and was affirmed twofold platinum with north of 2 million duplicates sold, notwithstanding confronting individual misfortunes, including the passing of sibling O'Kelly Isley in 1986 and the takeoff of Rudy Isley in 1989. Ronald Isley stayed devoted to carrying on the Isley siblings' inheritance climate as an independent craftsman, or with the backing of his more youthful siblings. Especially Ernie Ronald, he proceeded to cause disturbances in the music business in 1990. Ronald teamed up with Paul Stewart on a best 10-part harmony front of the Isley siblings. Exemplary, This Old Heart of Mine is Powerless for You. His flexibility as an entertainer was further displayed in 2003, with the arrival of his independent collection, Here I'm Sponsor Meets Isley, kept in coordinated effort with Burt Bacharach. Also, Ronald Isley's inheritance was further set when he was drafted into the rowdy corridor of notoriety in 1992 as an individual from the Isley sibling. This lofty honor perceived the gathering's significant effect on forming the course of music history, establishing Ronald's place among the best artists ever. Moreover, Ronald Isley turned into a sought-after colleague, lending his heartfelt vocals to tracks by specialists such as R. Kelly, Warren G. Tupac, and U.G.K. His debut solo collection, Mr. I, delivered on November 32, 2010, got positive surveys from pundits in spite of the fact that it appeared unassumingly on the Bulletin 200 graph around the same time. His commitments were perceived with the lofty Legend grant at the Spirit Train Music Grants, a demonstration of his persevering influence on the spirit and R&B kinds. This affirmation of his incredible status was a glad second for Isley, confirming his place among the music industry's world-class performers and proceeding to make waves as an independent craftsman. Ronald delivered his second independent collection, This Tune Is For You, in 2013, under the one mark, highlighting singles like Supper and A Film and My Number One Thing, which was a cooperative exertion with vocalist Cam. The collection exhibited Isley's adaptability and proceeded with importance in the steadily advancing music scene. His heavenly presentation on the collection procured him a selection for free R&B soul craftsman execution at the Spirit Train Music Grants, further hardening his status as a melodic force to be reckoned with in 2014. Ronald made a critical appearance in the music video for Kendrick Lamar's hit Melody. I am showing his perseverance through claims across ages and kinds. His coordinated effort with Lamar went on in 2015 with an appearance on How Much a Dollar Cost, which crested just beneath the Hot 100 at number 109, reaffirming his pertinence in contemporary music in 2021. Ronald Isley's impact stayed obvious with the arrival of the Isley siblings' track Loved Ones. While it might not have graphed on the fundamental board graphs, it had a massive effect on the R&B and hip bounce outlines, further expanding Isley's amazing run of appearances on the Bulletin outlines to 8 separate many years. This feat is a demonstration of his getting through fame and immortal allure, hardening his status as a melodic symbol. Next, we welcome you to investigate his home now. Chateau in Missouri. Ronald Isley, the amazing performer, is the pleased proprietor of a superb chateau settled in the beguiling city of St. Louis, Missouri. Besides, the city brags various extensive parks and top-notch historical centers, giving inhabitants more than adequate roads for recreation and social advancement. The glory of Ronald's chateau is a really wonderful contribution, unmatched extravagance. Furthermore, solace traversing more than 8,300 square feet, this single-family home flaunts 4 extensive rooms and an amazing 9 washrooms, giving adequate space for unwinding and extravagance. Built in 1993, the property radiates immortal class and sits smoothly on an immense multiple-section land parcel, offering a feeling of serenity and separation in the midst of the clamoring city. The house's exterior, enhanced with enchanting block and stone highlights, oozes exemplary refinement, while its intriguing French entryways invite visitors with open arms. Moreover, the property highlights 4 covered parking spots, guaranteeing accommodation and straightforward entry for inhabitants and guests the same step inside. Thanks for watching this video.